lot of people that take drugs, I used to be one of them, think that their drug self is more valuable than their non-drug self. I've spoken to a lot of people that smoke weed, and they think for some reason that it makes them more creative when they're high on weed compared to when they're not high on weed. In my experience, I can only talk about my experience, I am more creative sober than when I'm taking weed, right? I am more energetic off of meth than when I was on meth, right? I am more confident now than when I was drunk, right? I've got over a year off of alcohol. I've got almost a year off of weed. I've got 3 years off of crystal meth, right? Your drug self is not more valuable than your sober self, right? Because you are more in control of your body when you're sober than when you are on drugs, right? You see more about life in real life and mentally, spiritually, all that stuff when you're sober compared to when you're tripping balls on acid, LSD, same shit, mushrooms, DMT, no matter what all that shit is. I've done all of those 3. And I can tell you that life is much more crazy when you are sober compared to when you're tripping balls, right? Problem is you haven't gotten enough time not tripping balls. Problem is you haven't gotten enough time not taking crystal meth. Problem is you haven't gotten enough time not drinking, not smoking weed, not taking nicotine, right? All of that shit, all that does is limit you. You gotta get off that shit for enough time to actually realize how powerful you are, right? How confident you can be, how creative you can be, how much you can trip out on shit even when you're not tripping balls, right? How energetic you can be. You gotta realize that stuff for enough time sober in order for you to realize how powerful you are sober compared to when you're on drugs. Because drugs, all they do is limit you. Get off that shit, right? All that shit does is limit your potential. All that shit does is limit your potential. Energy, actions, motivation, impact, all that stuff, right? Get off of that shit and realize your true potential, which is off of drugs. Because drugs, all they do is limit you, right? Get sober and realize your true potential.